For a vicar who spent the week trying to soothe a community in shock, reflecting on the pain Olivia's family must be feeling was almost too much.
What do we say or do when something so unspeakably horrific as murder happens in our own community, even worse, the murder of a child who was in what should have been the safest place in the world, in her own home with her mum?
I think it's disbelief and shock and fear, but there's hope. You know, people will come together, and I really hope that the people that have done this get brought to justice.
We've got a 9-year-old girl who won't celebrate her 18th birthday.
The city's mayor says Liverpool can move past this violence from a man who drove more than 200 miles to pay his respects.
It just shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening at all. Knife crime, gun crime, everything. It's all got to stop. It's all got to stop.
Olivia's life cut short has shocked her community. But
hi, I'm Kat, and if you are new here, because I feel like I kind of stopped explaining myself. If you are new here, what I do on this channel is I do my makeup, I talk about the true crime case, and also because I am Romanian, in every single video I will be translating a word or a phrase from Romanian to English, hopefully, so I can teach you, you know, a word or two in my language. So the word for today is vorbăreață. 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 Well done, guys, you just said chatty. Described by family as a chatty, nosy girl, loving life, and of course the pink color, Olivia loved dressing up, doing her makeup and nails, and as her family would say, she was 9 years old going on 19. She was adored by everyone who knew her, and she would instantly make friends with just about anyone and everyone. She would be seen going up and down the street on her new bike that she got for her birthday. She would blow people away with her kindness and with just the way that she was. She was amazing, and she would just go everywhere with her mom. She loved school because she was there with her friends. It was the summer holidays 2022, just a couple of months ago, and Olivia and her mom, they really had planned out the whole of the summer holidays. They were organizing days out, they went swimming, they visited Blackpool. Just the two of them, Olivia and her mom. They were talking about getting a new uniform for school for Olivia, but sadly her mom never got the chance to buy her that uniform and for Olivia to try it on, excited for the new school year filled with dreams and what ifs at St. Margaret Mary's Catholic Junior School in Huyton. Olivia Eloise Pratt Korbel was born on 13th of June 2013 to her 46-year-old mother Cheryl Korbel and her father John Francis Pratt. Olivia lived with her mom in Dovecot, Liverpool, and even though her father didn't live with them, he was of course present in her life.
Yeah. I'm on it as well. Yeah, we're going now. Yeah. Hey, good, isn't it?
What's that big black thing?
Forklift.
On the night of 22nd of August, just after 10 p.m, as they were getting ready for bed, still downstairs, Olivia's mom, Cheryl, she heard commotion outside and she headed for the door to check what's going on. Olivia, being Cheryl's shadow, went still downstairs with her, whilst her siblings were upstairs in their bedrooms. As Cheryl went to open the front door with Olivia behind her, a man was running away from a confrontation with someone else. Seeing Cheryl's door open, he tries to get inside the house for safety. This man, known as 35-year-old Joseph Nee, was being chased by a gunman. Seeing the front door open, Joseph ran towards it and he actually forced his way inside the house. As he is getting into the house, the gunman chasing him reaches Cheryl's front door and starts shooting through the letterbox, firing several shots. Cheryl gets shot in the wrist, having tried to shut the door on the gunman, which then flees the scene. This gunman, wearing a black hoodie, is seen on CCTV footage running from the scene in the immediate area, jumping through fences, in people's gardens, just to avoid being identified. Joseph Nee also gets injured in this attack and he is helped by someone in a black Audi to flee the scene as well. He is then taken to the hospital for treatment. These men were actually not known to the family. So Cheryl, she's shot in the wrist and she's checking on Olivia, obviously, to make sure that Olivia is fine. But unfortunately, Olivia is shot in the chest. The driver of the Audi took Joseph to the hospital, but left Olivia and Cheryl in their house injured. A police officer attempted to save Olivia's life by covering the gunshot wound with his hand as he carried her to Alderhay Children's Hospital. But being hit in the chest by a bullet, sadly, Olivia dies in hospital. Olivia was killed as her mother tried to stop the gunman entering their house in Liverpool. And we are of course talking about Liverpool, the UK. 2 days later, on August the 24th, the man pursued into Olivia's house is named as, like I mentioned, Joseph Nee, who is actually a convicted burglar from Dovecot. He was also wounded in the incident and he has been receiving hospital treatment. Up to 12th of September, Merseyside police arrested and bailed 9 suspects in connection with Olivia's murder. The police is also doing extensive land search for the murder weapon at West Derby Golf Club, assisted by a drone unit and also underwater search teams. It's now September 13. School started already, but sadly Olivia's classmates won't get to see Olivia again. The classmates were actually provided with counseling after returning to school. They are all devastated at the loss of their friend, but the counseling has been really helping them.
In the community she called home, this was a chance to remember those who knew Olivia Pratt Korbel, the neighbours and friends, in the church where she would have taken Holy Communion in the next year. Away from the cameras, Olivia's mother was among the congregation. We can only imagine what the family continues to endure, but this was those around them coming together in a show of support.
Grief is a very difficult thing, and it will take them a long time to, well, you never come to terms with what's gone on, but they will certainly be able to suck it in and say that they're not on their own. People here will show an invisible support.
The investigation continues. Police say they're grateful to those who've come forward with information, but that just because arrests have been made, it doesn't mean they need that information any less. Close to the scene of the murder, officers were carrying out another search. The firearm used still hasn't been found. For more than a week now, this community has wrestled with the horror of what happened to Olivia, the questions and the anger and the disbelief. But this was a moment of reflection, a moment to mourn the loss of one young life and the heartbreak of one family.
I hope that the family have gained some strength from seeing exactly how many people have come out this evening. And I know the school have got further things that are going to happen over the next couple of days, so hopefully the family will get a little bit of strength from that, knowing that everybody is behind them 100%.
It's just a shame that something like this has to happen to bring a community together. And it's really sad. I mean, I feel for, the young children growing up today. in a place in a cruel, cruel world. And I just hope that they get them.
Next week, children will return to Olivia's school without her, but with support on hand.
So next week is an opportunity to find out just how deep the impact has been on the children and what level of support each child will need. Some will need more than others. Some will know more than others.
They queued to sign a book of condolence in what the bishop called a dark hour for this community, and one still with so many questions. Greg Milam, Sky News, Liverpool.
On September 14th, Lord Ashcroft, the founder of the charity Crime Stoppers, offers £50,000 reward for information leading to the conviction of Olivia's killer. But sadly, people are not talking. Someone knows who the killer is, but they are protecting him. They are loyal to him, so it proved very difficult for the police to get information as to who this man is. On September 15th, Olivia's funeral is being held. Mourners turn out for Olivia's funeral in pink ties, jackets, scarves and bows after being asked by her family to wear a splash of pink. Cheryl Korbel, Olivia's mom, carried a pink teddy bear into the service and said in her eulogy that her daughter had touched so many people's hearts and was loved and adored by everyone. The service was held at St. Margaret Mary's Church in Dovecot, just streets away from where the shooting happened. Olivia's coffin was covered with butterflies, arriving in a carriage led by white horses.
There are many stories and tales I could stand here and tell you all about our Liv, but I'm sure you will all have many of your own, so I'll just share a few words and memories from us about Liv. On Thursday, 13th of June 2013, weighing just £4 2 ounces, my beautiful baby girl Olivia was born. She was 6 weeks early and spent 9 days in the special baby unit. She was so small, yet even as a newborn she had her own mind and was not waiting until her due date because she knew she had to go and meet her Auntie Charlie before she gained her angel wings. As Olivia grew, we quickly realised she was very independent. Even as a toddler, she would want to do things for herself with no fear. She would choose her own clothes even if they didn't match. Olivia was very chatty and bubbly and would talk for England to the point we thought she had Duracell batteries hidden inside her somewhere. Olivia loved to sing and dance. She would always be singing along to songs she enjoyed, especially when we would be driving in the car and would always be in charge of the CD player. Olivia knew exactly how to wrap people around her little finger to get what she wanted, especially her brother Ryan and sister Chloe. She would often just give them a cheeky smile and they would give in instantly. Liv touched so many people's hearts and was loved and adored by everyone. She will never be forgotten. So us and I will never say goodbye. But what I will say is good night, love you, see you in the morning. Mwah.
All the children at her school were also wearing a splash of pink on the day of her funeral. They had pink hearts on the windows, pink ribbons on the fences, and they were off their timetable, all of them doing arts. Pupils from each class were doing a different flower. 480 children made flowers, and all of the 480 flowers will be put together to create a memorial. At this point, police still have no information as to who this killer could be. So on September 21st, the founder of Crime Stoppers, a charity independent of the police who offered the £50,000 reward, he has now doubled to match £100,000 from a new public-spirited private donor to make a total of £200,000. This is the biggest single reward offer in the history of the charity. Crime Stoppers takes vital information about crime completely anonymously, meaning that personal detail of people contacting them are never asked for or stored. Over 1,500 people contact this charity every single day, reassured by the safe alternative option to pass on what they know without any comeback. Almost 6 weeks after Olivia's death, on October the 1st, police finally charged 34-year-old Thomas Cashman of Grenadier Drive, West Derby, with Olivia's murder, along with the attempted murder of her mother Cheryl and the attempted murder of Joseph Nee. He is also charged with 2 counts of possessing a firearm to endanger life. He was remanded in custody after appearing at Liverpool Crown Court with a provisional trial date set for March. Any trial would be estimated to last around 4 weeks, and the plea hearing is set to be held on 10th of January. Another man, 40-year-old Paul Russell, also from West Derby, close to the part of the city where Olivia was killed, has been charged with assisting Thomas Cashman. He also appeared before magistrates charged with assisting an offender. Paul Russell of Snowberry Road is accused of assisting an offender and is alleged to have driven Thomas Cashman to an address and disposed of his clothing after the shooting, knowing or believing him to be guilty of murder. Paul Russell didn't apply for bail and was remanded in custody until October 31st, where he will make an appearance at Liverpool Crown Court. Neither man has been asked to enter pleas to any of the charges at this stage. Until the significant announcement, 11 men had been arrested without any charges being brought over the shooting that stunned the nation and led to claims that police had faced a wall of silence. Police have previously identified 2 weapons used by the killer, a Glock-type self-loading 9mm pistol and a .38 revolver, which was responsible for the fatal shot. Officers have spent 15,000 hours on the case, examining about 2,000 exhibits and thousands of hours of CCTV. In her eulogy, Cheryl remembers that Olivia was born 6 weeks early and spent 9 days in a special baby unit, and even as a newborn she had her own mind. Olivia was described as mature for her age and very independent. She would choose her own clothes even as a toddler, according to her mom, and she was very particular. She loved to think that she was an adult. She also described Olivia's cheeky smile and mischievous nature and how she loved sparkle and glitz. Olivia was very chatty and bubbly and would talk for England, to the point her family at one point thought that she had Duracell batteries inside her somewhere.
Hello. Hello.
Smile.
Hello.
Smile. Here's my kisses.
I think it's time to put them on together.
Guess what I got?
What is it?
Look what I've got.
What have you got? Cheryl said that her daughter loved to sing and dance, had a great imagination, and knew exactly how to wrap people around her little finger, especially her brother Ryan and her sister Chloe. Olivia loved animals and would put the family dog Gizmo in a pram. She would have made a great lawyer, as she had an answer for just about everything. Her mom went on to say, quote, "Many times She would surprise me with answers she would give, and I'd remember how old she was. Liv touched so many people's hearts and was loved and adored by everyone. She will never be forgotten." End of quote. A eulogy from Olivia's father, John Francis Pratt, was read by parish priest Father Roy Cooper. He talked about our very own little diva and said that Olivia was kind, caring and helpful. Rebecca Wilkinson, head teacher at St. Margaret Mary's Catholic Junior School, said that the memory of her is very much alive. Speaking before the service, Mrs. Wilkinson said that the school had cancelled its usual timetable to give pupils a day of reflection. "It is all about Olivia today," she said. "All 480 of our children will be making flowers, and each one of those 480 flowers will be put together to make a memorial for Olivia." The pink theme was a tribute to a time when Olivia came to school wearing pink nail polish and spent the day with her hands closed to hide them from teachers. The children at school are free to speak about Olivia. It's not something that they are really afraid to talk about. The head teacher previously recalled how Olivia would walk into her room with her friends and her smile would just light up the whole place. The memory of her is very much alive in the school. The school said that pupils were considering building a rose garden and naming part of the playground in memory of Olivia. The mayor of Liverpool, Joanne Anderson, paid tribute on social media, and she said, "Let us hope justice is swift and true." End of quote. And this was a tragedy that shouldn't have happened. A 9-year-old girl was killed for no reason whatsoever. And when I first read about this, it was sickening to read the details. I didn't cover it earlier because I was waiting for the outcome, really. I know that, you know, many times YouTubers in general, they jump on a case as soon as it hits the news to probably, you know, keep the momentum going, as they say, and the views going with that as well. And I usually, I don't know if you've noticed, but I usually try to stay away from this. I like to talk about the cases that I talk about when I have enough information, regardless of the case being in the headlines or not. I don't like going around in circles just for the sake of it or just for the sake of getting more views. So I am now waiting to see what comes out at trial the next year. One last thing that I want to add is, without me placing any kind of blame on Olivia's mom, I keep wondering, why would she keep Olivia there when, you know, she opened the door? In fact, why even open the door? It was late at night anyway. I'm sure that she will forever blame herself, and I'm not really looking to blame it on her, but I don't know, I feel like without knowing what you're opening the door to, you shouldn't expose your children to something unknown. I don't know, maybe it's just my anxiety and my paranoia, but in the end, a tragedy sadly happened and a life too young was lost. So please let me know, guys, what do you think in the comment section down below? Do you usually open the door to anyone or to anything without checking first if, you know, something is happening or whoever is at the door before you open the door? It's just for me to kind of, you know, understand what other parents really think, like, in all honesty. That's why I said what I said, not to place any blame on anyone. It's more to kind of bring awareness that probably in today's day and age is not such a wonderful idea to open the door to the unknown, especially when you hear commotion outside, because you never know what's happening. I would advise, rather than you opening the door, perhaps checking through the window to see what's happening outside, and if really someone needs help, then obviously, you know, you can help them out or call the police or call an ambulance or whatever. But I feel like it's too dangerous nowadays to open the door when you hear commotion outside. But rather, I would personally rather check my windows, check downstairs, or if I can't see anything from downstairs, just go upstairs and check through the windows upstairs to see what's happening outside, rather than me opening the door to, I have no idea what I would be opening my door to, right? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in any of the makeup that I used for today's video, all of the products I used are linked in the description down below. For now, take care, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!